environment to create my own application. So platform as a service means it is giving you platform required to develop an application or a platform to run existing application. Now platform includes what? Server, space, networking, OS, softwares, tools, database, everything that you need. If it requires any extra tools also, they should be included. Everything that we need to build an application or to run an application. Okay. Now, who are the top vendors? Salesforce is offering, Force.com, Heroku, Microsoft Azure is there, Google App Engine is there, Oracle Fusion, and many more are there. But these are the top players. Software as a service, it is a concept of accessing your application through browser on the basis of pay-per-use. Top vendors, Salesforce CRM vendor, okay, products, Microsoft, Oracle, and some of the SAP products are also there. Okay, so these are the some of the services what the cloud is offering, major services. Okay, subclassification is there. Now every company based on its choice making subclassification. Somebody want to say I give only space, I want to give my own name for it. But majorly the services are classified as infrastructure, platform, and software. Rest all is subclassifications of this. As per their convenience, they made their own grouping. Right, Mama? Okay. Now, let us go to this. Next one, we had CRM. What is CRM? Customer relationship. Now, let us take a standard definition. Basically, what the CRM stands for? Customer relationship management. What is the standard definition? Standard definition. So I told you CRM is a CRM. When I say CRM, CRM means it may be a software or a process your company is. It may be a software or a practice your company is following to maintain the interaction with the customers throughout the life cycle of a customer with the main aim of offering better services. We already discussed the standard definition. What is the standard definition here? CRM. Let us take the standard definition. Let me give you. Yeah. CRM is a term that refers to practices or strategies and the technologies that your company used to manage and analyze customer interactions and the data throughout the customer life cycle. It may be a technology, it may be a process, or it may be a strategy your company is following to maintain customer interactions and analyze the customer interactions with the aim of rendering better services to the customer. Right. This is the standard definition of the CRM. Then later on we can define our own definition in the easier mode. But this is the standard definition of the CRM. So what is the standard definition? Customer relationship is a term that refers to the practices, strategies, and technologies that companies use to manage and analyze customer interactions and data throughout the customer life cycle with the goal of improving customer service relationship and assisting in customer retention and driving the sales growth. This is the standard definition of CRM. In our short term, we can say CRM is a customer relationship management used to, okay, it is a strategy or a software used to maintain the customer interactions throughout the life cycle. It is a simplified definition. But the standard definition says customer relationship management is a term that refers to practices, strategies, and technologies that companies use to manage and analyze customer interactions throughout the life cycle. So customer relationship management is a CRM term that refers to practices, strategies, and technologies that company uses to manage and analyze customer interactions and data throughout the customer life cycle, with the goal of improving service relationship and assisting in customer retention and driving the sales growth. Right. So what we have seen till now, we have seen about what is cloud computing. It is a concept of giving infrastructure, platform, and software as a service. What is infrastructure? Concept of giving server, space, networking on rental basis. What is a platform as a service? Concept of offering, platform required for building and running the applications on rental basis. Right. Then what is software as a service? Concept of accessing application over internet. Right. So basically it is a CR. Now, what Salesforce company is giving? Salesforce products. Now, that's the general definitions what we have seen. What is IAS, what is PAS, what is SAS, and what is a CR. Now, what Salesforce is giving? First one. Let us look at Salesforce products. What are the products that Salesforce is giving you? What are the products that Salesforce is offering? First one we had Sales Cloud. What is the Sales Cloud? Look at the first one. Sales. Okay, we have a sales, we have a service, we have a marketing, financial cloud, commerce cloud, analytics, community, productivity, platform, IoT, integration. So there are different products what Salesforce is offering. Now, let us look at the first one we had, Sales Cloud. What is a Sales Cloud? It is a CRM application developed by the Salesforce. This CRM application automates end-to-end process of sales automation. Sales operations. Sales Cloud. It is a CRM application developed by the Salesforce on the cloud. This CRM application, this Sales Cloud application automates end-to-end process of sales operation. Second, we have Service Cloud. What is a Service Cloud? It is a CRM application developed by Salesforce on the cloud. This Service Cloud application automates end-to-end process of customer support. Then we had marketing cloud. What is a marketing cloud? It is a CRM application developed by Salesforce on the cloud. This marketing cloud automates end-to-end process of end-to-end process of this. What we have discussed, what is a CRM, what are the products, this is what we had a discussion on Friday. What is a CRM, what type of products Salesforce is offering. So Salesforce, on the name of Salesforce CRM, it is offering some of the cloud-based products as software as a service. Salesforce company, on the name of Salesforce CRM, offering some of the cloud-based products, some of the products on rental basis through internet. Salesforce company, on the name of Salesforce CRM, offering some of the products on rental basis through internet. What are they? Sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud. Then we have next. What is the next product we had? We had analytical cloud. So we have Einstein Analytics. Einstein Analytics. What is the purpose of this? Say Einstein. This is a cloud-based reporting developed to analyze the data and draw predict the behavior of the business. This is a cloud-based reporting and analytics cloud. It is a cloud-based reporting and analytics tool developed to analyze the data and predict the behavior of the business. Then we had next product. This is for what? Advanced reporting and analysis. For advanced reporting and analysis. Advanced reporting and analysis. Then we have community. Next we had community cloud. What is the purpose of community cloud? Community cloud. This is a cloud-based platform developed to support your customers partners and employees to communicate. And make self-service. This is a cloud-based application developed to support your customers, partners, employees to communicate and make self-service operations. So what we have? Sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud, Einstein AI, which is called analytical cloud, community cloud. Then we had next one. This is a quick overview of the products. Now we have Commerce Cloud. What was this Commerce Cloud? What was the Commerce Cloud? For making e-commerce application. Commerce Cloud is for making what? E-commerce application. It has built-in AI. Like I told you, when you open a big basket, as per your regular search, as per your frequently what you are ordering, what category of products you are ordering, only those list of products will be displayed on the home page. It will give you a suggestion. When I log into the Amazon, when you log into the YouTube, now as per the videos what you watch regularly, based on that it is going to suggest you some new videos. Now what is that? Built-in AI. Okay. Similarly, this is for creating e-commerce application. It has got built-in AI supporting this e-commerce application. So Commerce Cloud. Building e-commerce applications. Then we have this cloud is built for supporting banking, insurance, management. So we have Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Einstein AI, Commerce Cloud, Community Cloud, Financial Cloud. Then we had next. What was this? Now basically you are making a project. A lot of spreadsheets are there. Updation. Making a documentation for the project is the major issue. So to collaborate the documentation and spreadsheet, they had a separate application called FIP, project management tool. Basically, it's a project management tool where we can manage your documents, your documentation, spreadsheets, task management, task sheets. If you want to manage this, we can go with the FIP. Like how we have ServiceNow, how we have Remedy Force, how we have your Jira CRM for project management. They have built an application for collaborating the documents, spreadsheets, checklist for your whole team. So it's basically a project tracking, project management or project tracking. So if you want to collaborate documents, spreadsheets, checklist for your team, we can use this type of application. So what was that called? Cube. And just copy paste this definition. There is a commercial application again. The commercial application, you have to purchase it. It is not coming as a built-in. You are supposed to purchase extra. You have to pay extra money for this application. Right. So sales, service, marketing is very common. Einstein is on top of it. Community cloud is also on the top of it. Okay, commerce cloud is exclusively for building e-commerce application. Financial cloud is purely for financial applications. PIP is for maintaining the documents and spreadsheets. So basically, most of the people are using what? Sales cloud, service cloud, and community cloud. These are three are very commonly used. Sales, service, and community. Right. And this e-commerce cloud is specifically for those people who are building e-commerce based application. But as per the market today, most of the applications are sales, service, and instant AI and community. Instant AI and community. Rest of them are specific to their business. But 80% of the applications are on sales, service, and on the top of sales and service, Einstein. Einstein is not alone. It has to be used on any one of the applications for analyzing. If you already have an application, to analyze the data of that application, we require a tool called Einstein AI. Okay, sales cloud, service cloud, Einstein. Community, when you're doing a sales, you will have distributors. If you want your partners, distributors to communicate with you or make a self-service, then we go for community cloud. Right. Next we had PIP. This is for collaborating the documents. Then next main info is platform. This is very important for us. Platform. What is this platform? This platform is for building application. What we have? Salesforce platform, Lightning platform, Heroku. Salesforce, Lightning, and Heroku. Salesforce, Lightning, and Heroku. What was this? We already discussed. What was that? Forge.com. It is to build cloud-based applications. Look at the point here. Platform, cloud. We already discussed the Forge.com, right? So that's what? Salesforce platform. Platform cloud. It is a Forge.com. Developed by the Salesforce to build social and enterprise applications on the cloud. It is a Forge.com platform developed by the Salesforce to build social and enterprise applications on the cloud. Lightning platform. This platform developed by the Salesforce to build mobile tab-based and fixed tools for enterprise application. This platform was developed by Salesforce to build mobile and tab-based application and quick tools for enterprise application. So we have Salesforce platform, Lightning platform, and also we had this platform was developed by Salesforce to build applications on native platform. and integrated with Salesforce. So if you want to build any Java based application, we can build on Heroku. You want to build any Ruby on Rails on Heroku. So if you want to build any one of the application on the native language, I want to build on PHP, a cloud based application on PHP, a cloud based application on Java, a cloud based application on Ruby on Rails, then I can build by using Heroku. So Salesforce platform and Lightning platform is for what? Salesforce platform and Lightning platform is for what? Building applications on Salesforce by using Apex and Visualforce. If you want to build any one of your application on native language, they will go for Heroku. Being a Salesforce developer, what are you learning? You are learning Salesforce platform and Lightning platform, right? So these are the some of the products what we have. This is what we discussed on Friday. What is a Salesforce CRM? What products are offered by the Salesforce? Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Instant AI, Community Cloud, Commerce Cloud. Then we have Financial Cloud, FIP platforms. Now, application may be anything, but the backend structure is what? Force.com only. The backend structure is going to be either Force.com or Lightning platform. Your application may be a sales, service, marketing, FIP, X, Y, Z. Doesn't matter what application was this, which cloud is this, but the backend structure is what? Force.com and Lightning. So what we are going to learn? Force.com and Lightning. If you learn this, application can be anything. Same program we write, same options we use. So don't learn in terms of products, learn in terms of platform. If you learn in terms of platform, tomorrow if any other application is also generated by Salesforce, you will be able to work on it. I hope you got. Now let us not be a product specific, let us be a platform specific. If you learn in terms of platform, you will be able to work with any new products that are developed by Salesforce in the future. So you have to concentrate in terms of Force.com and platform, Lightning platform. I hope you are good. Right. Now, what is that Salesforce CRM now? Salesforce CRM, Salesforce on the name of Salesforce CRM developed. So developed some cloud-based applications and giving those applications on rental basis through internet. What are those applications? Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Commerce Cloud. Commerce Cloud is for e-commerce application. Financial Cloud is for financial application like insurance, banking or finance. Specific to finance. Okay, when you go for SAP, we say finance model. Okay, the FICO, SAP FICO, right? The financial model. Then we have FIP. It is for collaborating the documents and spreadsheets. Right, boss? Committees are for your partners, distributors. As I told you, Tata Sky. When Tata Sky want to sell the connections, it cannot go to every customer. So they give franchise to some people. Now the franchise people have to log in and see which inquiry they received, what service they have provided, so that the billing will come. So where these franchise people will log in? Committees. Now we got Airtel. Airtel cannot sell the SIM cards to everyone. So what they do? They open number of franchise. The franchise people will log in, update the data. This customer has submitted the following documents. This is the number which I issued. Activate it. Now Hyundai company want to sell a cars. Now it cannot go to every city and sell. They give franchise to some showrooms. Those people say this customer paid so and so amount, place it in order, so deliver the vehicle. Are you getting my point? So if you want your retailers, partners, customers to log in, make a self-service or know the interactions with you, then we go for Community Cloud. We will discuss them in detail when you go to the product level. Okay. Right now, a quick overview of what is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, what is a CRM, what products Salesforce has offered. This is what we have discussed in last demo class and Friday class. Okay. Now, come back to the major story now. When you are coming to the Salesforce company every year releases 3 versions: summer, spring, and winter. Salesforce company every year releases 3 versions. So what are they? Summer version, spring, summer, winter. Now, right now we have summer 18 running now. So in short, they are going to release winter 19. Already the sandbox, okay, activation also received. Winter 19 is going to be received. 19 stands for year. So every year Salesforce will release 3 versions. What are they? What are they? So you can say winter, spring, and summer. Right now, what we are using is summer 18. Version of the programming is 43.0. When new version releases, Salesforce will send a notification to you. Boss, you have 30 days time. Okay, if you want to take anything, any information, you can take it. Otherwise, after 30 days, automatically it is modifying the old version to new version. If it is modifying the old version to new version, whose responsibility? It is the responsibility of the Salesforce to see that old version is updated to new version and all the old functionalities are running successfully. I should not migrate my old functionality to new functionality because I didn't ask you to modify. Did I ask you to update to new version? No. You are updating your version with latest features. So it is your responsibility to see all my functionalities are working on new version. Now, if I go with a regular technology, client has to spend the money to migrate to the new versions. But here, as the Salesforce is offering the platform, did I say I require summer 18? No. Now you are giving a platform, I am using it. If you are upgrading it, it is your responsibility to see that you provide same functionalities what I have now on the new version. I hope you are good. So, next. Salesforce. What we have? Salesforce. Every year releases 3 versions. Winter, spring, current version, summer 18. 18 stands for year. API, programming version. Programming version is 43.0. So Salesforce servers. All the applications running on the Salesforce, every application that is running on the Salesforce, that will be in any one of these servers. So Salesforce servers, AP, NA, EU, Asian Pacific, North American, European, and Sandbox. Now, all the Salesforce applications will be running on any one of these servers. Now, Asian Pacific server, NA, EU, CS. Anybody who purchase a Salesforce application from Asia, their applications will be running on AP. If anybody is purchasing from America, they go with NA servers. From European countries, their applications will be on EU servers. All the sandboxes will be on CS. I will tell you what is that sandboxes are. Okay. So servers are going to be AP. Now on AP, we have number of servers. On AP, we'll have like AP1, AP2. A lot of servers will be available. So Asian Pacific, North American, European, and Sandbox. So CS sandboxes are used. All the development and testing activities will be performed on CS servers. All the development and testing activities are performed on CS servers. All the development and testing activities are performed on CS servers. All the development and testing activities are performed on CS servers. Now, so look at this. If I log into my account, so already domain is enabled. So what is the server we have? AP7. So this is AP7. So your application, this application is running on AP7. This application is running on AP7. So your applications will be working on corresponding. Your applications will be working on corresponding servers. Because I am from Asian, now my instance is AP. Now if I want to log into the sandboxes, now let me log into my commercial account. Now my application is on AP6. Now if I log into, this is my actual live production. It is a live production what I am showing you. Now here we have some environment for my developers environment. If I go to my developers environment, let me say, now if I go to my commercial account, what is the server name we are getting here? CS57. Now what is the server instance? CS57. Now why? Because it is a sandbox. So if it is a sandbox, you will be getting us CS. If it is the other one, we will be getting AP, okay, NA or EU. Depends upon the environment what you are choosing. I hope you are good with this. So your servers are going to be NA, EU, okay, AP or CS. Your current server is my application, that is AP6. Now other account what I logged in, Satish at the rate of live.com. there it is AP7. Depends upon the application, we have server, but Asian applications are generally having AP servers. Right, boss? I hope you are good. Now, in the Salesforce, we are using multi-tenant architecture. What is the architecture we are using? Multi-tenant architecture. What is this multi-tenant architecture? What is the advantage of it? Let us see. There are two applications running here. Look at the point. I have two banking applications running on the server. I have two banking applications running on the server. In this application 1 has employees. Let us say 3 employees are working on this. Let us say 100 employees are working on this. Which application will run faster? Now, which application will run faster? There are only 3 employees here. There are 30 employees working on this. Which application will run faster? Application 1 will run faster. But when you say multi-tenant, boss, doesn't matter to me how many people are working on it. Every user level I will take. I will not take application level. Now I am not going to take your application has 3 users, your application has 100 users. Now for me, I will take at user level. Every user working on the cloud, should have same speed, same security, same features. It is not application level, it is user level. Every user who is logging into the cloud, your company may have 1000 employees, but every user when they log in, they should have same speed, same security, same features. So what was this? Multi-tenant architecture. Let me give you other example to get it more clear. Now, this is a cloud. What basically Salesforce does is infrastructure. On the top of infrastructure, some platform. On the top of the platform, you have your own on the top of it, these guys require some application. Now, not every company requires same application, right? Now, ICICI Bank came to Salesforce. They told they are looking for Sales Cloud application. They will create the Sales Cloud. They created this environment. They gave to ICICI Bank. Now, HDFC Bank came and told they are looking for Sales Cloud application. So, same, one more copy. Now, somebody else came and told, boss, I am looking for Sales Cloud and Service Cloud both. Now, so what is happening? Environment is the same, but everybody has their own independent copy of instances. Now, platform is the same platform, but on the same platform, what happened? Everybody has their own independent copies. Now, somebody came and told, boss, I require community cloud only. Boss, I require somebody told I require only marketing cloud. Somebody told I require only Quip. Somebody told I require only service. Now what happened? If you look at this, platform is the same. On the same server, cloud server, how many applications are running? Multiple applications of multiple companies are running on same environment. Everybody has their own infrastructure. Everyone has their own the complete platform, softwares and tools. Same story. And everybody has their own database. So on a single cloud, how many applications are running? Multiple applications. And every application have their own platform, their own database, their own instance of application. So what is this? Multi-tenant architecture, like an apartment. If you take an apartment, so same environment, they constructed 10 flats, and for everybody they give one flat. So everybody has their own security, everybody has their own facility. Everybody on the cloud will have same set of facility. If I am staying in an apartment, if the first floor has a gym, I will also have gym. If the first floor has a garden to play, I also have a garden to play, because all the people who are staying in the apartment will get same features, same functionality, same access. Here also all the applications running on the cloud. Now what are these? All these applications are running on the same cloud. So multiple tenants are there in the same cloud. How many applications are running on the cloud? Multiple tenants. If somebody else comes and say, I require a sales cloud, one more copy of sales code will be posted on this cloud. Now all these applications running on the cloud will have same features, same security, same access, and they ensure that no single application will dominate. They ensure that no single application will dominate. They will ensure that no single application will dominate. Now what is the advantage of this? Let me give you. Now I am planning to launch e-commerce application, boss. Let us say I want to launch my own application as a competition to Amazon. If I want to launch, can I invest such a huge amount and get that application what they are using? Now it has already grown up company. It has spent a lot of money to bring that. Now I am a startup company. Right now I require only 2 users are there, but I want the application with the same standard. Then what I will do? If I want to spend money and build the same application, it costs me very high. Now I am making a risk. I am making a risk. I cannot take beyond certain levels. But now what I will do? I will go to cloud and say, boss, give me this e-commerce application with the 2 members. Now, whatever that Amazon is using with 1,000 users, same application I am getting for 2 users. If my business is growing, I will increase to 4 members. I will increase my employees to 10 members. If my employees are growing, I will pay extra money to Salesforce. Suppose my model is failed, then what I will do? I will cancel this. Now what is that? Whatever the startup company has, whatever the standardized company has, same features can be achieved by the startup company. So it is going to support all the small scale organizations, because they are not going to pay the money for application, they are paying the money for license per user. How many employees are going to log into this work? Everybody has the same application. If 4 people, let us say it's ICICI, now it want 100 employees to log in and work, purchase 100 licenses, pay me for 100. Tomorrow business is growing, 1000, pay me for 1000. Day after tomorrow business has fallen down, reduce to 500. So what is this? I have a flexibility to grow up and grow, scale up and scale down as per my business needs. That advantage is there with going with cloud and multi-tenant architecture. So what is that multi-tenant architecture? Every application running on the cloud will have same speed, same security, same access, same features. Salesforce has implemented this multi-tenant architecture. This is one of the reason why Oracle Fusion has failed multiple number of times. Before the Salesforce was popular, in 2009 only, Oracle company released Oracle Fusion. And there are multiple types. Only IBM has used that Oracle Fusion as a successful product, but it failed multiple number of times because of this feature. What is it? Multi-tenant. Every vendor, every application running on the cloud should have same speed, same security, same access. Now, all these applications are working on 32.0 now. Right. Tomorrow, your company decide to upgrade to 33.0. Automatically, what happened? All these applications will be upgraded to 33. I want to add any extra feature. Automatically, everybody will get extra feature, because I am not taking care about platform. I am not taking care about database. Everything is handled by the cloud. If you are upgrading, the same effect will come for everyone in the cloud. Right, boss? I hope you are good with this. Everyone has followed? So Salesforce is offering what? Salesforce has implemented multi-tenant architecture. Salesforce has implemented multi-tenant architecture. I hope you are good. Okay. Next one. Let's go to the next one. What is it? App Exchange. What is this App Exchange? In the mobile phone, everyone has a Play Store, right? And you have App Store. In iPhones, App Store, and in Android, we have Play Store. Now, what will be there in the Play Store? All the applications which are developed on the Android, they are installed in the App Store. Now, you can go to App Store, check which application you need, okay, and you can install them directly. Am I right? If you want to go for a WhatsApp, what are you doing? Go into the Play Store, install a WhatsApp, and use it. Some of them are commercial, some of them are free. Right? I can go to App Store in the iPhone, iTunes in the iPhone, I can install those applications. Now, it is when you go to the Play Store, what is the advantage? All the applications which are developed will be visible to you. Now, if I want to find out each and every application, it's very difficult for me. But the common platform is any application which is developed for Android, which is available at free of cost or sale, they are going to be put on App Store or Play Store. I can go there, search and purchase some of them freely, some of them commercial. Similarly, every application developed on the Salesforce, which they want to sell, which they want to give at free of cost, they are going to put on App Exchange. So what is this App Exchange? It is a store of Salesforce application. What is this App Exchange? It is a store of Salesforce application. Any application developed on the Salesforce, which they want to sell it or share with the other people, they are going to put on App Exchange. I can go to App Exchange, search for the application, and can use. So let me give you this. So you are finding it. What was that? They go to this. So you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see list of applications. You can search based on solutions or products. So you can go here. There are a lot of applications. Almost 3 million applications are there. Small scale, free, commercial, all those. You go there, search. You go. Some of them are paid. Some of them are paid. Some of them are paid. Some of them are free. As per your requirement, you can go and use it. I hope you are good with this. Right. So what is an App Exchange? It is a store of Salesforce application. All the applications displayed on the store. With a single click, we can install them on your Salesforce. I hope you got the basic idea now. Then let us see the structure. First 2-3 classes I will be giving the notes like this. Then I will be typing everything on my account. Once I create my Salesforce account, then I will be giving you username, password. You can access the notes directly from the account. For first 3 days, you're supposed to take these notes. Later on, I'll be giving a hard copy and I'll be typing everything on my Salesforce account, whose username, password will be given to you. You can go home and copy the notes. Okay. Now look at our structure. What is our how the next sessions are going to happen. So we are going to go with the structure this way. Tomorrow I'm going to start with environments. Environments where we are going to cover productions, sandboxes, types of sandboxes, how to create the sandboxes. Then we'll be learning about licenses and editions. Then we'll be learning about licenses, editions. Then next class will be how to create your own Salesforce account and setting up organization. Understanding the applications, options, then we'll be starting with, once we're done with this, we'll be starting with documents, how to create a new documents, then applications, how to create documents and applications in the Salesforce. Then I'll be going with object creation, understanding objects. What are the standard objects we have? Custom objects, how to create standard objects in Classic, how to create the objects in Lightroom. Similarly here, applications, what are the standard applications we have? How to create custom applications. In Classic. This will be the schedule for your week, the complete week. So we'll be covering environments, licenses, how to create the Salesforce account, creation of documents, creation of objects. This will be the schedule what we are going to cover for this. Okay. So this is the format. Next, how to access my materials and videos. Probably the people who already registered. Once you register for the course, people who are registered, once you registered, go to the front desk, create your username, password. When you go to the front desk, they will give a username, password for satishmaila.in. Once you go to satishmaila.in, you will be finding your class videos here. Now how to access this materials and all that stuff I'll be giving. They'll be giving a username password for you. Once you log in, you'll be finding here administration. For this account, they have Lightning. This guy is only for Lightning videos. So this guy has joined for only Lightning. So there are class videos. So you'll be going for this. When you join, admin option will be displayed to you. There, your batch videos will be displayed with 314 dot. So based on your batch number, you have to recognize your videos. The videos will be given with your number 314 dot. 314 dot topic name. So this will be given in this format. Your batch number 314 dot your session number topic name. Just follow the numbering what I have given here. This number will specify the order of the classes, the videos. Whichever the class I have taken, that numbering will be the same. So the order will be given here. So look at this order. If your batch number 314, you'll be finding. So you are supposed to look at the videos which are with 314. Then your session 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever the order I have taken that class, in the same order I will be uploading the videos.